Hi, welcome to Baby Steps Publishing. I'm Kevin Long. It's nice to meet you. The main pitfalls I would say when publishing your book is the workings of it, if you like, the formatting, editing. It really is crucial. I offer the service just as part of a package that I format, proof and edit the book. People come to me and say, I've paid to get it formatted and edited, and they're still shocking. It makes or breaks a book. You need to get it done, so you should always use a professional to get it done. I put this template together a good few years ago now, many years ago, because people were saying to me, no, I can't do this, I can't do that. So I just made the template very simple, where you can drag and drop your text, images, etc. Chapters are already set up for you, because the editing and the formatting is very, very important, but with that, it is simply drag and drop. The Kindle King was given to me kindly by my peer and my mentor at the time, Alex Jeffries, who's a massive international marketer. And I published 2 of his books, went to #1 multiple times in multiple countries. And we was at an event in Manchester, and he introduced me to somebody. He said, oh, this is the Kindle King. And I was like a bit embarrassed. I was like, oh man, what, Kindle King? And he said, well, that's what you are. And he said, well, that's the success. He said, at the time, I think I had 20 or 30 #1 bestsellers for different clients. So he gave me that name, and I used to feel uncomfortable, when I was at events and people would call me the Kindle King, and I was a bit sort of shy really, but I'm used to it now, and that's my, everyone knows me as the Kindle King. There's probably not many people know Kevin Long, but if you ask them with the Kindle King, they'll know that it's me. The main thing is publishing the book. That's obviously, you've took the time and the effort to publish your book, but there is after the fact, It needs to be marketed. You can have the best products in the world, but if it's not marketed correctly, then nobody's going to know it's there. With 3,000 books a day going on Amazon, you have to be out there in front of everybody. We offer packages now, whereas we help you and we guide you through that. Once you publish your book, however you want to, I always use the analogy of a car. You fill a car up with fuel. If you just kept driving and driving and driving and driving, it would eventually run out and nothing would happen. That's the same with a book. Anything really, but especially with a book. You need to keep marketing. But we've got packages now where we, very affordable packages where we help. We've got 10, 11 years experience now, social media mainly, but other places where we advertise, and keep the fuel in the car, if you like. Anyone can write a book. It's just a system. It's a 6-step process. That's what I've narrowed it down to. And it's very easy, but only when you know how. I help people step by step. You can ask a lot of my authors and they'll tell you they didn't really have a clue. They knew what to put it together, but you still need a step-by-step system of getting it down and putting it into print. That's where me and my team help, because we still do take people by the hand and do it for them. Most of my authors are just normal everyday guys like us. Now I do have professionals, CPAs and lawyers and internet marketers, all professional people, engineers. They know how to do it, but putting that process into action is where I come in, or we come in as a team, and work together on getting their book. So you don't have to be a professional, it doesn't really matter, we can help you along the way. 3 success stories I'd like to say is Josie Abrahams. She started probably about 4 or 5 years ago now, come to me because she couldn't get published. So we come to an arrangement, we got her book published, it went multiple #1, and she's now built a hugely successful business. In fact, in the last 18 months, she must have a dozen awards, international awards. She goes all over the world now talking about domestic abuse and how important it was for her to get her words into a book and published. She's done 4 or 5 books and co-authored books now. So she's helping millions of people worldwide, and it's taking that step, having tenacity to keep going when probably people tell you can't. That's the first one. The second one is Ryan Phillips. He's an internet marketing guy. He's a world champion martial arts. He decided to do a book called Rapid Fat Loss. It not only went to #1 in 5 or 6 countries, it was #1 in the whole of Amazon, which is at the time about 3 or 4 million books. It was a massive thing. But since then he's gone on to build a 7-figure business, you know, because of his authority. And then last but not least is Lovemore Koani. He's, you know, from Zimbabwe, and he didn't have much money. He knew he had a very important book to help people. He sold his car to pay for the publishing. But now, a few years later, he's got his own company where he's got employees. He's won multiple awards as well, won something of the year in Africa. And he's helping a lot. The link between these three is that they had to carry on and do the book, the tenacity they needed to do it. But it all started with a book. The book gave them their authority to carry on what they're doing and helping others. I would probably say over 90%, more 95% of all my clients, and I've got sort of nearly 300 now, are non-professional people. Now I've got, you know, engineers, I've got authors, CPAs, I've got lawyers. They've all written books, you know, how to, you know, save tax or whatever. But no, you don't need to be a professional at all. Most people are just normal everyday people with skills. They may have gone through experiences in their life where they can help other people, and that's what the main theme of becoming an author is. In my experience over the last 10, 11 years is that people want to help other people. When you go through, you know, a situation in your life, you think you're on your own. And when people have changed and they've put it into words, people can read these books and they think, well, actually, I'm not alone. And that's a great thing for me, helping other people, as it is for them. I didn't realise the authority that becoming not just a best-selling author, but a published author can give you. If you say you're good at something, people can just think, yeah, okay, he's good at it. But when you become a published or best-selling author, especially a best-selling author, other people are saying that you're good. You don't get that status for nothing. So you don't have to say it. You let them, let that status or that power of authority work for you. You have to separate yourself from other people in your niche, and by putting your words down, on a computer or in writing, turning it into a book, it can now give you massive authority. In fact, a couple of years ago when I was talking in Vegas, there was a really big speaker there, and he said in America, the authority of an author is as big or greater than a medical doctor. So that speaks volumes. Martin Ward, oh, what a guy. I met Martin a few years ago. He's from Ireland originally. His story made me and my company what it is today. My best mate Andy Harris, who I co-wrote The Power of Authority, he said to me, one of my DJs has got a book, he wants to get it published. So I went down to see Martin, and he just said, I can't afford it. So anyway, I said, well, give me the manuscript, I'll read it. And basically the crux of the story was, when he was 3, his mum died. He's from Ireland. His mum died and his dad was a soldier, and at the time the men weren't allowed to bring their children up, so him and his brother went into a care home, and for 18 years the physical, mental and sexual abuse that they were under was heinous. But he'd written this book in such a beautiful way, I felt compelled to publish it for him. And I didn't realise the enormity of it. I was speaking in Dublin a couple of years ago, and I actually broke down on stage because I realised the impact that I had on his life, but I'd also realised the impact that I had on mine. I remember going around to his flat when it had become a bestseller, and I said to him, right, come on, fire your laptop up, and he had a look, and he said, so what's this number 1? He said, Little Orange Box, and I said, who do you think you are, J.K. Rowling? But obviously I knew it's gone to number 1. I said, shook his hand. I was like 6 months before he lost his wife. So he sat there, I remember him sitting back in his chair, and he just started to cry, and I thought, oh, I said, are you okay? He said, it's took me 65 years to write this book, and I've had this pain inside of me now for over 70 years. He said, you've released that pain. He said, you've released that pain. He said, I can go to Maureen now, pain-free. And it made me cry. It's still emotional for me now, but that was the massive, and I thought, I can help people. Now there's a further step to that story, which I won't go into now, which is because it's helping so many people now. But yeah, and absolutely amazing. Unfortunately, he passed away last year, but he's left a legacy of people that have gone through them same situations. In fact, a quick little story. One of my clients in the UK, she's a consultant, and she was in a very male-dominated field, niche if you like. And she said she used to drive her insane because she knew she was better at her job than these other guys. But they kept getting the contracts. So she, I met her in Manchester at an event. She said, "Can you help me?" I said, "Well, look, I'll try." So she put her book together, and it's only about 40 or 50 pages. She said the scenario is, I'm sat in front of a load of guys interviewing for the contracts, and then all of a sudden, at the end, they say, "We'll let you know." You give them a business card, and then I wouldn't hear again. So what she did, she got rid of her business cards, so she'd had to go through the same procedure, and on the very first one that she went in, when the other people, vying for the work, give them a business card, she took her book out and said, "There you go." And they were like, "What's this?" She said, "I'm a #1 international best-selling author. This is what I do." And it blew them away. She said, "I didn't say anything else. And I didn't even get home, and I had a call to say, you've got the contract." And within 3 or 4 months, she'd quadrupled her turnover. This is the authority that becoming a published author can give you. So if you do want to get published, or you want some questions answering, either click the link at the top of the page and it will give you all the information there, or you can email me, kevin@babystepspublishinglimited.com, or visit our website, babystepspublishinglimited.com.